we're now live.
Oh, okay. We're live.
Hi, you guys. Okay, so I'm doing something a little different right now. I'm on the set of Life Masters, and I just finished interviewing Laura McLaughlin, who's been a friend of mine for years. She is the Life Master for today. She's a licensed therapist specializing in marriage counseling, amongst many other things. And awesome interview. You're so, like, I love the path that your life has taken. We met in New York City. She was an actress in New York. We met on the set of, it was Days of Our Lives, right?
Our Lives. Yep, it was a screen test. So
it was a screen test for Days of Our Lives. And do you remember Days of Our Lives? Remember Bo? Remember hot, sexy Bo?
Yeah.
We got to kiss Bo.
We did get to kiss Bo. Actually, make out with Bo.
We got to make out.
I don't know. He made out with me. I don't know. Did he make out with you?
Well, it was kind of a makeout, but it was a little makeout. It was a little makeout. That was the best part of the screen test.
I had to make up with 5 girls that day.
Neither one of us got the job, just so you know.
Yeah.
Actually, wasn't it? Now she's a big movie star. Wasn't it Sanchez?
No.
Laura Sanchez.
No. It was someone who was a member who was.
Oh yes, it was somebody else. Okay, so I tested for days twice.
Oh.
So the other time I tested, it was Laura
Sanchez.
Sanchez.
Okay.
Is that her name, Laura?
Got it.
Anyway, last name was Sanchez. Now she's a big movie star. She's done a movie with like The Rock and.
Oh wow. Okay.
Fabulous career. So hard for me to wonder where my life would have gone if I would have known. Anyways, so on the show today, it was interesting. Sometimes the best stories come out when we're finished. And I wanted you to tell this one story that you said, because we were really getting into the topic of times in our life when life is tough and when it's not always perfect and not always easy. And sometimes you have your first experience with that when you're a teenager. And I also asked her about why you ended up devoting your life to helping others and what that is inside of you that causes you to do that. And then she told me this amazing story, and I was like, I want to tell everybody that on the show. So tell me what that was like. You were in college at the time, right?
Yeah, I was in college, and we had talked on the interview about my own depression and going to therapy and working through that. But I continued working with the homeless population and mentally ill. So at the time, I was working in Bellevue Hospital, and I was running groups with mentally ill homeless men. And these were men with schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, and they were in rough shape, and they were basically getting to learn how to live independently.
I mean, I don't know if I could have done that. I mean, I'm always very intimidated by it, because you can see it sometimes in people's eyes when they're not mentally stable. So I just, for you to actually walk up to them or be a part of their lives or want to do this was very admirable to me. So you're kind of breaking that.
I was fearless when I was 20. I was fearless. I was going to change the system of New York City housing situation and mental health care in the U.S. I mean, I walked in there, I was like, I want to make a difference.
Yes.
So I was this real rabble, right? You know the energy you have when you're like 20, and I was in New York City, I was like in college, and I was a psychology major, and so I was working at this hospital, and for I don't know, a year. And you're right, it drains you, because it can be very draining. There's a lot of heaviness, a lot of trauma.
So what happened with that one experience?
Yes, so I was leaving, I was graduating, so the men got together and they made a lunch for me. They cooked a goodbye lunch.
Oh, because you were leaving, okay.
I was leaving, it was very, very sweet. And there was one man, he was an older man with like a beard, and he came in as a catatonic schizophrenic. So that means like you don't move, you don't talk, they're just like this. So it was after the lunch, and he comes up to me, just kind of shuffles up to me, and he says, and I was like, oh, what's he gonna say? Is he gonna talk?
Yeah, you're nervous, you're sitting there, you've got food in front of you too, and you just don't know what he's gonna say.
I don't think I'd even heard him speak. And he said, Laura, thank you for caring about me.
And in that moment.
And in that moment, I was like, it's about the one person. It's about the ripple effect you make. You don't have to tackle this big project. It's the one person. It's the, buying someone a who's
true.
hungry,
Yeah.
doing something nice, a kind gesture, because I was just being kind. That made a difference for this man. Because he said, it's been a while since someone's been kind to me. That's what he followed up with.
And so that moment you were saying completely changed your life.
Yeah, I thought I had to tackle this big, monstrosity of, the mental health care system and the housing.
Right.
So it was very big for me.
We always overthink things. It's
Yeah,
so true.
it's about that one person.
So you don't always have to feel like you got to change the world if you're one of those people out there that want to change the world. Obviously, go for it. But it's also about changing. If you can change one person's life, you have done something absolutely incredible and so inspirational.
A smile, even.
A smile.
Hello, a smile.
It's true.
Really.
All right.
Be kind.
So the message of the day is go out there and do something kind for another person today, because you just never know how it's going to affect that person's life. I know it's happened to me too, the smallest things, and they just have made my day, or my week or my month. And you don't know what other people are going through too. So we assume very easily by the way